It was a sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, with the Santa Monica sea breeze blowing gently through the long rows of palm trees. The seemingly peaceful scene was in stark contrast to the shockwave that was raging in Hollywood. Outlander star Sam Heughan, who had always been discreet in front of the media, had just opened up about his relationship with Caitriona, his co-star of nearly a decade. An interview that was supposed to revolve around a new film project, but in just a moment, it turned into a huge explosion that took the entire film industry by surprise. The opening words left the entire studio stunned. Hollywood Chronicle reporter Clara Donovan arrived on set, completely unfazed by what was about to happen. As the light began to fall on the black chair opposite her, Sam walked in with her usual composure. White shirt, light smile, blue eyes that always shine with sincerity. That demeanor makes it difficult for the other person to guess what Sam is hiding inside. Clara started with a polite question. Sam, your new project seems to be getting a lot of attention. Can you share more about the filming process? Sam chuckled lightly, but instead of answering directly, he turned the microphone in his hand. At that moment, Clara felt something unusual. Yes, I will talk about the film, but before that, I think it is time to share something that I have kept to myself for too long. The atmosphere in the room suddenly fell. The camera crew paused for a moment. Clara held her breath. Sam looked into the lens, his voice low, but not trembling. It is about me and Caitriona. Sam Heughan, the man who always chooses silence. During many years of cooperation, Sam and Caitriona have been constantly entangled in love rumors. Although both have always affirmed that they are just close friends, Outlander fans have not stopped speculating. It is the almost absolute understanding between the two that makes any explanation weak. But Sam has always been the one who chooses silence. He once said that the most private things do not need to be said. But today, he took the initiative to mention it. Clara realized that this was not the moment she could interrupt. Sam was like opening a door that he had always locked. That relationship has never been simple. Sam took a deep breath, the look of a man who has struggled with this thought 1,000 times. The relationship between me and Caitriona is not as simple as what we have shown. The whole room held its breath. We started as colleagues. But that connection, it developed faster than we expected. I tried to avoid it, but the truth is... Sam paused, as if choosing each word carefully. We were very close to the line that we were both afraid of. Clara felt her heart pounding. The camera crews standing behind her almost dropped their cameras. Behind the scenes of Outlander, and the moments no one saw. Sam began to tell. In the early days of filming Outlander, he and Caitriona were thrown into a world full of emotions. Love, hate, struggle, separation, desire. The scenes between Jamie and Claire were so real that sometimes he could not distinguish between the character and himself. There were cold winter nights in Scotland. When the whole crew had left for the break, Sam and Caitriona still sat in the small tent, rereading the script, sharing about the fatigue and pressure. Once, when the cold wind blew strongly, Caitriona shivered because of her thin shirt. Sam said, "I took off my coat and put it on her shoulders." She looked at me and smiled, a smile that kept me awake all night. Clara clearly felt this was not the story of a normal colleague. Sam continued, his eyes distant. She and I would talk until 3 a.m. at night, discussing life, our fears, our families. Those conversations brought us closer together in ways I didn't expect. The fragile boundary. Sam wasn't talking about scandal. He wasn't talking about scandal. He was just telling the story of two adults who knew they couldn't cross that boundary. We knew if we went any further, things wouldn't be the same. I was afraid of losing her. She was afraid of losing me. A long silence. So we chose to keep our distance, sometimes to the point of heartache. Clara struggled to keep her voice. So, you two were in love. Sam smiled sadly. We never officially named that feeling. But let me put it this way. He looked straight into the camera. I've never felt the way I did for anyone in my life with Caitriona. That statement seemed to go straight to the heart of Hollywood. It was the admission that fans had dreamed of, but never believed they would hear. The moment that made Sam want to stop everything. Clara realized that Sam still had something left to say. His eyes flickered with struggle. Then he said, "1 year after season 3 of Outlander, the filming schedule was long, the media pressure was high. Late one night, after the crew had left the set, Sam was left alone to rest among the scattered props. Caitriona walked in later, still wearing her 18th century dress. She put her hand on his shoulder. Sam remembered that moment with every breath. She looked at me and said, 'Sam, sometimes I'm afraid we're missing something important.'" Clara's mouth dropped open. I wanted to hold her. I wanted to say that I was scared too, but I couldn't. Sam looked up at the ceiling, trying to contain his emotions. I chose to stay silent. And it's a decision I still wonder if I made right. Caitriona's wedding, the unspeakable pain. No one in the room dared to breathe when Sam mentioned the next thing. The day Caitriona got married, I was there. I smiled throughout the ceremony. But inside,
He put his hand to his chest.
empty. Clara looked down and took notes, not daring to look into those pained eyes. Sam continued. After the ceremony, she hugged me for a long time. I could feel her hands shaking. She said, "Thank you for always being there for me." And I couldn't say anything. I just held on tighter. One of the assistants behind the camera quietly wiped away tears. "Why say it now?" Clara asked the question everyone was wondering. Sam replied softly, "Because I realize that silence is sometimes a form of betrayal, even though I don't want to hurt anyone. Caitriona and I have always been misunderstood. It's time to make it clear that there is a deep bond between us, but also full of responsibility, full of limits, and full of respect." He chuckled. "We're not dating, but we're also more than just colleagues." Things that have never been said. Sam leaned forward, his voice dropping as if in a confession. "I don't know what to call it. A form of love? An inseparable attachment? A part of my life that I can't let go of." He exhaled heavily. "But what I know for sure is, I will protect her, no matter what position I'm in." If it weren't Sam saying it, no one would believe that such a charming, strong actor could reveal such a true heart. A message for Caitriona. At the end of the interview, Clara asked, "If Caitriona were watching, what would you say to her?" Sam smiled slightly, his eyes shining with a gentle but deep emotion. "Caitriona, thank you for giving me the best part of my youth. No matter where life takes us, I will still be here, just like I always have been." No one in the room could keep calm. Even Clara, the experienced reporter, had to turn away to hide her red eyes. After the interview, the explosion. The video of the interview was released just 3 hours later. And, as expected,